Okay, Dave, here we go again. We're off and running, looking forward to the weekend. Just over the last couple of games against very good opposition, what have you learned?
I think what we've learned that if we're slightly off, it'll be a hard afternoon or hard evening. We've got to get it right, how we play. And if we do that, then we're a match for any team. We haven't got it quite right in both games. One team were good enough to win the game and win the game comfortably. The other team wasn't. And I think that there is going to be maybe 2 or 3 teams that are going to be good enough, and you have to be on your game, get anything from them. I think the rest of the league is much of a muchness so far.
When you say your team's got to get it right, would you say that's tactically when it's developing on the pitch or system-wise? Do you think sometimes because you've done terrific with 4-3-3 and the players suit that, but sometimes now you've stepped up a league, again, it's a learning curve. Do you think you may have to just tinker sometimes to nullify what they're doing?
Possibly. We haven't done that yet in terms of the actual starting formation and what we finish with it. Well, other than Tuesday night when we finish with a different system. There's always tweaks to be had, and I think you can get carried away with formations and how you go. It's more about the detail. It's for me, the formation is the headline, but it's the devil's always in the detail, and it's how you go about it. There's a distinct difference between the first game of this season and I don't know, Hull, for example. Same formation. Distinct difference between Hull and Tuesday night, for example. Huge difference. Same formation. So I think anyone who's getting carried away with formations, I think you've got to. It's easy to say that. Like I said, the devil's in the detail.
Do you think stepping up a division, because last season you were excellent, you sort of run most games that you were playing against. Do you think this is also another learning curve for your group of players, that they've got to realise out on that pitch they're not going to dominate all the time?
Yes. I think we already know that. You can dominate more ways than just possession-based control, and that's that. I think that's coming. I think that's there's learning. Can you control a game without the ball? Yeah, you can be in the mid block, and every time it goes out of play, you take 2 minutes to get the ball back in. Is that control? Well, I would say so. That's an element of control, completely different to what we've been used to. That's not what we particularly want. But there's an element of control there. I'm just giving you an easy, obvious sort of polar opposite example of how you gain control. Does it give you momentum? Probably not. But you've got to be careful as a manager, what you say and what you don't say to the players and how you say it. Like I said, for me, the lads are getting better all the time. Tuesday was disappointing. I thought we had far too many players off their game, made some real poor decisions and how we played. But, they're not going to get criticised from me. They're going to get told how to improve and where we went wrong. But they're not going to get hammered or anything like that, because they've got a lot of brownie points in the bag, and that's not sort of how I do it anyway. I don't get anything, or they don't get anything out of getting shouted at and me being irate. They get something from me being constructive with them, and that's what we try and do. And hopefully it's another lesson learned from on Tuesday night and how we played last Saturday, and we take that and improve going into the Doncaster game.
Yeah, the good thing about this month and the next month, and probably even up to December, is you've got games thick and fast, and players at the end of the day, they enjoy being out on the training sessions. There's some things that they can learn, there's some things they can enjoy on the training group, but it's like nothing like playing match day, is there? And another match day comes up very quickly after Tuesday.
Yeah, I think we've got a Tuesday night game every week till I think it might even be after Christmas. Might have got one spare, something like that. But listen, we get paid to play football, so that's not a problem.
You mentioned, what happened, obviously, with the disruption of the Oxford game in terms of the training sessions, and you thought it could have taken a bit out of them. Has that come back, do you think? I know you haven't had much time to assess it, but do you think you now should be back to what you were before the Oxford game and the disruption?
I think it's always hard to judge that, because it's easy to judge it in the games, but then that's just a very small snapshot of tempo and how lively they are, and you get influenced by the opposition who are trying to, make you look stupid or tired or foolish, whatever, So you've got to try and assess that independently and objectively, and that's not easy to do because of the number of games. I think what we've got to make sure we did a terrific pre-season, and I'd like to think it's a small blip that affected us in the Blackpool game. I don't think Sunderland was anything to do with it, to be honest. I think it was more poor decision making from us on the ball and the fact that they were far superior on the night. So we've got, tomorrow will give us a good barometer of where we're at.
Challenge again, Doncaster, real footballing team. We'll talk about Darren Moore in a moment or two's time, but they ended, one of the promotion favourites who's unbeaten run in the week as well, scoring goals in Ipswich. So is it a football match again that you're expecting?
Yeah, I think they've got some really good footballers. Certainly one or two of them are excellent footballers. They've got a manager who knows his way, certainly around this division, and the one above. You proved that when he was at West Brom, and he was certainly unfortunate in my book to lose his job at West Brom. But what they did to him was poor form, just from an outsider's point of view. And obviously he's earning his stripes at Doncaster and doing ever so well. So we know it's going to be a tough game. It's the same every week.
They'll be ready though, because as you say, it's the next game. It's been a steady start. You can make it a bit better start by just picking up that first point on the travels.
Yeah, I didn't realise. Yeah. Well, we like I said, I think we have been getting better over the last couple of games, and we've just got to keep improving. If we keep improving, there's lots more to come from this team. Squad, lots more to come. And if we keep improving, then we've got a great chance of having a real good season. And you can't waste the opportunities when they come around. And the next opportunity is Doncaster.
And you mentioned the word squad. They were 4-1 winners in the week against Queen's Park Rangers under 23s, and you've got a strong side out there. Was that a worthwhile exercise for some of your players?
Yes, always minutes under the belt. They are what they are. Them games, and if you approach them right, then you've got a chance. And we had a strong team out, and they did what they were expected to do. To be honest,
I know I'm waiting till 2:00, Dave, for the team sheet, but would there be one or two in there that are in the thoughts with so many games that you're playing in a short space of time to be around that first 11 tomorrow?
Possibly.
I've done well there. You've answered me. That's it. I've finished.
There you go. Generous mood, Graham.